Hello everyone, this is Cliff. Welcome back to our Let's Play of Dark Souls 2. The Earthen Peak is our target for today. And what we're going to do is come up this set of stairs, and we've got our mankin enemies, which we fought one or two of them in... You bastard. In the last area. As you can see, they have two attacks. They have a melee attack with that sword that they're carrying, and they have a ranged attack with poison daggers. Now, I don't want to get too close to this. I don't have a lot of arrows. I may end up having to go back and get arrows. As you can see, they have a fair amount of daggers that they can throw at you. But once you get them into one-on-one combat, they're pretty easy. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk around here and... Now, I don't know what's... I'm assuming that there may be something in that pot, maybe a poison or something of that nature. I'm not sure I ever figured out exactly what the deal with that is. I know there are levers in these levels that will actually raise that up. And despite the fact that that looks like a illusory wall, it's not. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull out our bow, and we're going to long range this guy down here because there are two archers on this other side. You can use that wheel for protection. In the face. Now, with most spear weapons of that nature, his attacks aren't great once you kind of get him into an opening, but because of where you're fighting him on a very narrow bridge, he can actually be kind of a pain in the butt if you don't use long-range weapons. I'm just going to equip some of these items here. I rarely ever use them, but in this case, facing a guy like this, it may be easier for me to just do long range attacks. And there we go. Now, fair warning, you will die if you should happen to fall down into that mess below. Let's see, we'll get that item a little bit later. What we're gonna do is we're gonna run through here, because like I say, there's another archer off to the right. Now we're getting closer and closer to our windmill. So what I'm going to do is go this way and juke him out right there and knock him off. Alright, now that jump is very difficult to make. I would not recommend it. You can get there through other means. Let's run back, go to the right again. And I think that pot's just full of poison. I think that's the big deal. But if I seem to remember that this lever will cause it to raise up, which makes it harder to accidentally hit. Okay, so we got another mannequin right here. There we go. And we're gonna run across here and grab this treasure chest. Which is not a mimic. The first mimic chest is actually in this area. But I think it's a metal chest closer to the third bonfire. Alright. So that's done. Now we're going to face two mankins at one time. They're going to drop down this ladder right here. And honestly, that's the best way to do it. If you can get them to come out one at a time, they are not that difficult. That's gonna stun lock me. Two can do that. Okay. So that wasn't necessarily the best way to do that. Alright. Wow. At this point, we're gonna climb up our ladder. And I think there's another mannequin up here. Yeah. This cat right here. We'll get him to attack. Oh well. He'll just stand there and let us beat the hell out of him. Alright, so you'll see all of these messages, and what we're going to do is we're going to light our torch. And what this allows us to do is come up here and, well, come on. Oh, shoot. We're just going to set light. And what that does is obviously destroys the windmill. Now, what this does in the long-term effects of this is it clears up certain pools of poison, like that pool that's in the Harvest Valley bonfire. It will clear that pool up, and it will clear up a pool of poison near the boss, which is definitely something that we want. We're going to light this one. I am not going to rest here because I've still got most of my Estus flasks, and so we should be in pretty decent shape. There should be a mannequin or two up here. Alright. Alright, so we're going to roll around here. And we'll attack this. Oh, shoot. Stupid wall rules. There. As you can see, there's a trap right there. It is triggered by a switch on the floor. Right there. Okay, so this should be a mannequin helmet, I think, or mask. Yeah, yeah. Alright. So far, so good. Okay, this leads us upstairs. Now, that is the boss fog wall right there. If you look up above, you'll see an opening up above that. What appears to be solid walls. There's actually two illusory doors up there. And, let's see. And they will allow you to rest right before the boss. What do I have in my inventory? I have black fire bombs. I might go ahead and use that. Of course, I could just swing through it. And this area right in here kind of gets a little bit annoying because, again, you can be poisoned. Let me equip. I've got the poison bite ring on. I'll just take the hit and chew on that. There we go. A. Sorry about that. I keep forgetting that A opens most of these illusory doors. I'm too used to the first game. So that'll give us the Spell Quartz Ring +1, which will protect us. Let's go get that one. Spell Quartz Ring +1. That will give us a pretty big boost to magic defense. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to head this way. This is kind of an optional. You don't have to head this way if you don't want to, but... Alright, what this allows us to do is to make some preemptive strikes against these pyromancers, who can be quite aggravating. Let's be honest, they can be quite aggravating. So what I'm going to do... I didn't want to hit him. Now, unfortunately for them, they stand in one spot. So once you kind of get the targeting on them, they're... Oh, wow, she actually moved. See, she made a liar out of me. That's not cool. We're going to drop down into here because he can't get to us from there. And we'll eventually work our way back around to our bonfire. But there's one thing to note. There is a mannequin down here, so make sure you take care of him. Alright, and it would have to be, hey, what's up? Alright, so we've crashed through here. And we're going to make our way around. We'll take this guy on right here. He seems quite pissed off. Let's see if we can take him out. Alright. Let's take this other guy down. Oh, you missed. Alright, so that's those two. We've got one more. That's the fire user. Her. Sorry about that. So we'll grab this. And we'll do that. That shouldn't be anything. Oh shoot, poison. God damn it. God damn it. God. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That gives us a Pharaoh's Lockstone. And from here, we're gonna take her out. Alright. So there is an item that we can get by jumping. It's I know that seems like a bad jump, but you can actually reach that. What I'm going to do is go around and talk to a very familiar person.
Well, we meet again. There's treasure this way, but I have a bad feeling about it. I don't quite have the guts myself. Well, there's treasure. I don't...
Okay. So, basically what he's talking about is that door right there. So what we're going to do is I'm going to come around. I always love it when you hear the sound of a body dropping. And we're going to drop right here. I'll take us through here. Open this up. And that's of absolutely no use to me, but that's okay. Now, from this area right here, if you're good, you can actually drop down to that item. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to do this. And this will cause his conversation string to change.
Good to see that you survived. Perhaps you're more rugged than I thought. In any case, the treasure is yours, since you went ahead and took the leap.
Okay, so that will actually, I think that's all he has to say.
I prefer...
Oh, shoot, no.
I've heard that a man is out for my life. Now, what misunderstanding could have ever led to that? The poor bloke must have quite an imagination. You be careful too, my friend. For trust can be a dangerous thing.
Foreshadowing.
You be careful too.
Okay, so if you can't, if you haven't put the picture together yet, he's fighting with the guy that we met. I love how those just float in the air. He's fighting with the guy we met at Huntsman's Copse. The guy that was near that bonfire. And neither one of them are trustworthy. Next up on the hit parade is this mannequin down here. Alright. So this will be open. And one thing I need to explain. This enemy that was down here, who's conveniently phased into the wall, will actually run up here sometimes and close this gate where you have to go the long way around. It's no big deal. What we're going to do, we're going to slash through here and be very, very careful getting this item right there. And we're going to be very, very careful running back because there's actually a little area off here where we meet our Laddersmith.
Shush. You idiot. Stay quiet. I'm on the run. Don't give me away. You're a fugitive too, eh? Yeah? Why else would you be here? It's got death written all over it. You want to climb down here? I can lend you a ladder. But, how much can you offer me? Why, yep, I'm trying to help you, you know. Have you no gratitude? Downright rude, really. I've got a soft heart, so I let you off this once.
Okay, so we...
All right. It'll be just a moment. Go on ahead.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna almost fall off. We're gonna drop down here. And as you can see, I've still got I still haven't picked up those 2 items from that pit. Twinkling Titanite, Ferrous Lockstone. Those are both pretty good items. You'll find out that the Ferrous Lockstones, you'll have tons of them left over. I think I had 4 or 5 left over.
Oh.
Okay, so at this point we can learn a gesture. And we can talk.
Well, apparently, there's this monster lady, right? And the poison, well, does wonders for her body. You know, health and beauty and that sort of stuff. And I thought only human women were so petty.
Petty.
That creature, she was human once, you know? Yeah. In fact, she was wed to the prince of that nearby castle. But her husband? He had feelings for another. The princess was desperate and sought eternal beauty, hoping that it would restore the prince's affection. You see what I mean? Before long, the princess's ire transformed her into a monster.
A monster.
Now, listen here. When do you think this all happened? Long ago, when this very land was called something else. We say Drangleic now, but countless kingdoms have risen and fallen on this very spot. And this won't be the last. Oh no. That damned hag just can't let her old flame go. She's going to get us all burned. God almighty. I'm not going to die in this dump. God, I'm not...
Okay, so once we finish his conversation string, he should move to Majula, which we have. He offers a variety of kind of strange weaponry. You're not going to find some of the stuff he's offering in the game. Claws are interesting. A lot of these are kind of interesting, but not great items. He sells the thief set, and he sells these items here. Now, this ladder miniature you will actually use a little bit later.
Find it?
On an NPC quest, unless you want to actually kill him, you have to buy that ladder miniature. Okay, where are we? Almost did something stupid. Alright, what we're gonna do is we're gonna climb back up here. We're almost there. And I need to switch out my sword because it's getting a little ragged. We're gonna go up here. And as is tradition, I'm gonna just nickel and dime these. It doesn't take long for that poison to catch hold of these enemies. We got the gloves and the dragon charm, and we're gonna get this guy to come over to us. And completely miss. Completely missed. I have no idea how he completely missed. Alright. So there we go. Just be careful of these, any of these that are left behind. What we're going to have is this. We got one more desert sorceress right there. And we've got those two knights over there. We're going to leave those two knights alone. And get the desert sorceress top. And we will be very juvenile and give that to our pyromancy trainer back in Majula. Just because. Now what we're going to do is we're going to walk through here. Now be very careful of that room that's full of poison. I think we get invaded, or there is an invader right here. No. And he has tons of hit points, so I'm going to use my better sword. Oh, you lucky bastard. You lucky bastard. Alright, there we go. It must be said, most of these invaders, and these are the illusory walls I was talking about before, most of these invaders don't have a great deal of poise. So we got a petrified something, which we can trade back in Things Betwixt. And I'm going to open up the other one, which is the third bonfire. And I'm going to light the bonfire like so. Okay. So we are almost all the way through this. I am going to show you this one area over here. Oh boy. This is a little bit easier if you've got a if you've got arrows, because you can kind of take some of this stuff out a lot easier with arrows than you can with these knives. That should be those two. Should be one more. Oh, there's a bunch more. I hit that one, I should get both. And I tapped myself out. Oh, no way. Okay, so we're going to grab this. Again, another item that you can trade. And we're going to grab this right here. There. And that's the first mimic chest that I ran into. This is not very useful. In fact, I think this one's actually harmful. I think this is a poison pool. But either way, it's not going to be useful for you at all, because there's no... there are Pharaoh's contraptions like that release water in an area full of lava, and that's kind of useful. But in this case, it's not useful at all. Like I say, I think it's actually harmful. Okay, so this has been Earthen Peak. Basically, we've done everything. I missed a couple of small items, which I will probably go back and do in a miscellaneous video, just actually showing you what the items are. Because I'd rather not have to work my way all the way back down there, and some of the items are kind of hard to get to. So I'll just edit and cut in where those items are and what they are. It'll be a lot easier than you having to watch me possibly miss a jump. I know that one that was across from that pit was for some strange reason, very difficult for me to get. But there's no need for y'all to have to see that. So what we'll do next video, obviously the boss. And then what I'll do is go spend my souls and edit in me getting those 2 items. And probably do the opening to the next area. Because that's kind of cool. And it's real short. Alright, so this has been Cliff, and we've completed the Earthen Peak, and I will see you next time. Take care.